Welcome back, everybody. Time for another Mail Day video. So as you probably guessed from the title here, the mail in this video is going to be primarily toys. This is going to be vintage collectible toys. Well, mostly vintage. There's a few newer ones. And the reason I did that was because I didn't really want to mix it in with all the Magic content, just in case someone wasn't, interested in toys. So as the mail came in, I tried to put it in a separate pile that was toys. Now, I still don't remember exactly what's in all these packages because they've been sitting around for a while. But, yeah, we're going to open them up. I think they're toys. Possibly I got some mixed up. And I know that I got some mixed up because my last Mail Day video ended with me opening this. So yeah, that got put in the wrong pile. That was supposed to be in the toys pile and be in today's video. And somehow it ended up in that other video. But that's okay. So I'm going to start here with this. This is where we left off in the last Mail Day video. Shadow Weaver, He-Man, Masters of the Universe toy. So they never made a Shadow figure toy in the original line, which was kind of a shame. This is one of the main villains from the She-Ra series. Yeah, and so they finally made one. Now she's a little tall, I think. She's a little taller than the other figures, but considering that she floats and stuff, that's probably okay. So I'll probably crack that open someday to display with my figures once I get them out and display them unpunched, but that's not really going to matter once I rip into it. But I'm not going to rip into it until I'm actually ready to display it. So in the meantime, it's just going to hang out. So that's the first thing. And there's some other items here today that actually didn't come in the mail. I went to a collectible toy show in person and picked up a few items in person, and I've also received some things as gifts. Like for my birthday, I think I received some of this stuff here for my birthday, or maybe for my anniversary. So, or just for fun, just because my wife loves me. So heck yeah. So the next thing, let's keep it in theme here with Masters of the Universe. This was a gift from my wife, and Adult Collector Unassembled Granomir. Now, if you're not very familiar with Masters of the Universe, you probably won't know who Granomir is. Granomir is a dragon. He wasn't really a major character, but he was a popular character in the few episodes that he was in. And it's one of the few dragons around, maybe the only dragon. It's been a little while since I've seen it. So, let's get into it and see what we have here. As you can expect, a dragon's going to be pretty big compared to the other figures. Alright, that's what he looks like. Granomir, great magic-wielding dragon. Doesn't fold open or anything. Now this is from the Masters of the Universe Classics line, which is traditionally a bit larger scale than the originals. But seeing as this is a dragon and he's so much bigger than the originals anyway, then I think he fits with the scale of either set that you're collecting. You're not really going to notice that difference. So, maybe he's a little bit bigger of a dragon than he would have been for the regular Classics line, but that's not too big of a deal. Dragons are big things. So, Masters of the Universe 30th Anniversary, 1982 to 2012. So I did collect Masters of the Universe figures back in the mid-'80s, early to mid-'80s. Maybe I'll get those out, at some point and show you guys, but here's the box. MattyCollector.com. I think that's Mattel. Yeah, that's Mattel. That's their website for kind of direct-to-consumer stuff. So, looks like the tape's already been opened there. But not on this side? No, it has been opened on this side too. I'm not sure what is the best way to get into this. Guess it opens up from the bottom. That tape is still sealed. Oh wait, that's weird. This is a seam, and that's not a seam. The box is not symmetrical. Should I cut the tape? Surely there's a way to open the box. I guess cutting the tape is the way to go. So it's... Oh, I can just pull out this side here. Yeah, that should work. Okay. Here is Granimir's body, which is sealed in this bag. Legs, tail, X, and a head. I don't see any arms. Maybe his shoulders and neck go on here. A little weird to not see arms. Or wings. Alright, let's peek a little bit more in depth here. So legs, hex joints, arms, he's very posable. Articulated at the wrists and the elbows and the shoulders. Not the fingers, though. The plastic is a little rubbery, so he does flex a little. No worries about, breaking him if you drop him or anything. He'll flex and bounce. All right. Pay attention to however I did that here. There we go. Sorry, he's upside down. All right. So yeah, I guess his upper torso snaps onto the body, and his arms go into the upper torso, and his head goes on to the neck. His wings must attach to the back here also. Yep. Wings go right here. Got that dragon tail. All right. So I'm not going to pop him together right now. There we go. Some instructions. Because I don't have my Masters of the Universe stuff on display at the moment. I need to build a shelf for it or something like that. So this is a really cool piece. And I have a lot of Masters of the Universe stuff. So this is a great addition to the collection. But I'm not going to display it quite yet, so I need to put it back in the box for storage. So I won't be assembling it today. But we still got a peek at it. Looks like it's all here. Pretty cool box, too. All right. I believe that is it for Masters of the Universe stuff. Let's see, so this is from 2012. That makes it 8 years old now. So it's been around a little while already. Definitely a adult collector's item. Although a kid could totally play with it and have a blast. Alright, next thing. What are we going to grab next? Man, that dragon is just huge. Okay, the next thing, something that I picked up at the toy convention in person. So this didn't come in the mail, but it is a new addition to my collection. It says G1 hook missing ×1 combiner mode head ×2 guns. So you might remember this from a previous video. This is a Constructicon. I think sometimes I call them Destructicons because they're the bad guys, but they're construction vehicles. Since he's just in a Ziploc bag, I already played with him a little bit. It's hard to resist playing with your toys. So yeah, there we go. He is a kind of a crane thing. He's got this hook. And he transforms. Boy, there we go. That goes together and his arms come out. I always liked these because it was kind of like solving a puzzle. Alright, his head pops up there. And there we go. So I had him before. I got him in the other lot. You saw him in my previous video. And the issue that the other one had is this little piece right here. This little piece was missing off of my other one. And it turns out that that piece is the arm joint. It's like the shoulder connector for the combiner mode. So I couldn't put the arm on the big combiner because that piece was missing on my other one. So now that I have this, I should be able to assemble the whole thing and display Devastator all together. So that'll be cool, and it's not such a big deal if I'm missing a couple parts because I think I have them on the other thing. I'll have to review that. It's been a little while since I looked at it. So that's a transformer here. And I also picked up this at the convention. So this is a pair of wings from a transformer. I think his name was Dive Bomb. And he was a kind of a bird thing. A little bit unusual for Transformers to be animals instead of vehicles, but it happened. You know, like the Dinobots and the Insecticons. So this was a combiner called Predaking, which is a very popular figure as Predaking. I'm not sure how popular the individual figures are, but I had it when I was little, and there's a metal version and a plastic version. It was kind of right when they were converting between the two, and I have the older metal version, at least for most of my 5 figures. I bought them individually. Maybe all of them are the metal version, the older metal version. But I still have my original wings from my Dive Bomb figure, and they go on the back of Predaking. But my original wings were chewed on by my dog. And so they were a bit mangled, and I saw this at the show, and I was like, yep, that's for me. That's separated from its original toy, and I bet that was really loud on the microphone. Anyway, so I knew that needed to go home with me. Of course, I'll keep my originals, but I'll probably display this with the figure rather than the battle-damaged ones. Honestly, the lower jaw of Dive Bomb's a bit chewed on too, but whatever. This is a big improvement. You don't really notice the jaw so much when he's in his combiner mode form. It's kind of a small detail on his shoulder, but this is a big thing. And that is it for Transformers, as far as I know. Yeah, about that. When I said that's it for the He-Mans and for the Transformers, I'm not counting the stuff that came in the sealed mail packages because I don't actually recall what's in that. So there could be some more He-Man and Transformers later. You'll have to stay tuned for that. We'll find out together. All right, next, let's do this next. Pew pew. XWing Fighter. What's that? Little red light comes on right here. Yeah. So, I now have an XWing Fighter. I'm going to be crashing that into Dagobah Swamp with this Luke pilot figure. Ah! Lost my focus there. All right, where was I? Yes. Pilot Luke is going to be crashing into Dagobah at some point soon. I already had a Pilot Luke, but I didn't have the X-Wing. And, the X-Wing came with the Pilot Luke, so, what are you going to do? I guess I'll end up selling one of my Pilot Lukes, more than likely. So, it works, which is cool. I like that. Works pretty well. And landing gear is all here. I'm going to take the batteries out of it. I guess they were in it for the show, to show that it works. Let's see, this says 1978. So I have the Dagobah playset and a little Yoda figure, and this is going to be displayed next to that. Maybe there's some other stuff that goes in that portion of the display. I'll figure that out. So, cool thing that I picked up for Star Wars. I also picked up this. Return of the Jedi Scout Walker vehicle. Now this is probably my favorite one of the Star Wars movies, or at least my favorite of the first three. And that might be a controversial statement, and I know some people don't like it. I suppose there's people that don't like Star Wars at all, but this is my channel, and we're going to talk about things that I like here. So, yeah, Scout Walker vehicle action figures sold separately from Kenner. Now this box is in pretty rough shape. And I don't like having boxes, to be honest. They take up a lot of space. But it came with the box. I guess that's what kept it all together through the years. And I offered the seller to keep the box. Maybe he would have another one of these in his stash of stuff he would want to put in the box and sell. But he didn't want the box, and I didn't want the box. But I had paid for the toy, and it came with the box. So if anyone wants a box, even though it's not in great shape, maybe some people like to display their toys in the box. Definitely a well-loved condition here. Now, is it in here? No, that's because I took it out. So here it is. the Scout Walker. And it does stand up. Not real well. I think that it wouldn't take many Ewoks to knock that over. I can totally see why it fell over in the movie. Yep, a few ropes around the legs, and so... But it's all here, and I think it's in pretty decent shape. It leans a little bit to the left. There we go. To the left. So... I almost feel like this leg might be bent a little bit. But I'll fiddle with it some. Let's see. Now it does work. I just have to remember how, because I didn't own one of these when I was little. I kept my toys, and this is one that I never had. So I'm sort of completing my collection here and picking up some things that I'm not super familiar with. I just know that I wanted it. So there's a lever here. I think if you... There we go. All right. So this is this lever makes this action feature either work or not work. So all the way over on the left where I have it is display mode, so that I could stand him up. And all the way over on the right is the walking mode. So this button right here makes his legs walk, which is pretty cool. He even sounds kind of robotic. Total side effect, I'm sure. So he has all his guns, and the helmet opens up. You can put the driver in there, or just this thing. So let me put that lever back over so that I can stand it up. And yeah, we'll just keep it there next to the box. So this is going to be displayed next to the Ewok village and all the Ewoks and some other Return of the Jedi type stuff. What else did I get here? Let's see. I picked up Star Wars the board game. Escape from the Death Star. Now, I like games, and I'm going to open this, so I will probably play it once. I don't know whether it's a good game. I don't really care whether it's a good game. What I wanted is this Grand Moff Tarkin figure in the original Kenner style, because he was never released in the original lineup. And I just couldn't pass up adding him to my collection. He's kind of a major figure in the show, so I thought I should have him. Why not? He's going to be displayed next to the big Imperial shuttle with the Emperor walking off and the Royal Guards and all the troopers lined up. You know, when Darth Vader greets him. I think that's another Return of the Jedi scene. So here's what the game looks like in glorious black and white. From kind of has that late 70s look. So maybe I'll play that on video here. Maybe not. I don't know. But eventually I'll sell the game because I don't really need to keep it. It just takes up a lot of space. I don't expect it to be such a great game that I just have to keep it in my collection. I have a lot of other games, and I'm probably going to play them instead. Oh, look, you can see my microphone and my camera. Huh. Well, that's how things work here. Yeah, hey, there's an X-Wing. Okay, so, yeah, another addition to the collection. Another newish item that I picked up. Again, Return of the Jedi. Jabba's Palace Adventure Set. So I have the original Kenner Jabba's Palace playset, which is pretty cool. It comes with Jabba and a pedestal, and this there's a really weird guy. I forget what his name is. And yeah, I have them. And so this Palace Adventure set is a newer item, of course. And it is these walls. And well, I thought that'd look pretty cool displayed around the original. So I wanted those walls. There we go. Here's another picture of those walls. Now apparently this comes with a Han Solo and Ree-Yee's figure. I guess that's the three-eyed guy here. So I have original Kenner figures for those that I'll use in my display. I'm not going to use these newer figures. I'm going to display the original Han Solo in Carbonite next to that. And I also picked up a Slave Leia to go in the display. She wasn't available in the original line. That was a bit too risque. So I picked up a 1997 Slave Leia when the movies were re-released in theater. So by the late 90s, it was okay to have an action figure of that for children. I also have the original one of these guys, and some other things, some characters we see in the show. So that's about it. I'm just going to leave it in the box there. I'll open it in the future when I'm ready to set that up. And I also ended up with this. Now, you're not going to be able to see this very well because it's sealed in the bag. But this is the water pipe from the original Jabbas playset. Yeah, they could make water pipes, but not Slave Leias. Anyway, this was just found somewhere. I think maybe at a flea market or something. And it was given to me. And it took me a little bit to figure out what it was. But I already have it as part of my playset, so it's just an extra. But it's new in bag. So, like, rather than be lost out in the world amongst things that no one really knows what it is, it's at least properly labeled and hopefully will end up in a good home somewhere. All right, Star Wars exiting stage left. New thing. Micro Machines. Now, you may remember from my introduction video that I collected Micro Machines when they were new in the late 80s. So I came home one day and found this on my desk. This is a new Micro Machines toy. Apparently they re-released Micro Machines in 2020, and my wife thought this would be a cool gift for me, and I do enjoy it. I'm excited that Micro Machines are available again. It's not like the originals. I kind of have mixed feelings about them because they're not licensed vehicles. They don't accurately represent an actual vehicle out in the real world. And that part disappoints me a little bit. Like this white car in the end mostly resembles a Dodge Charger, but it also has kind of some Mustang features, and that's just a little weird for me to cross brands like that. So, yeah. I hear they're going to have licensed, like, actual vehicles in the future, and I'm looking forward to seeing what those look like. I don't expect to become a big collector of the new Micro Machines. I'm kind of happy with my old ones, which is a fairly complete collection. There's not much else in the old ones that I still want. There's nothing on my want list for old Micro Machines. But, nostalgia. It's always nice to see something that you love come back. And so even though it's not the ones that I remember, it's still an official Micro Machine. It's not just a generic toy car. And hopefully they'll get a little bit better. So this is Series 1, number 4. Move it up here. Maybe you can see it. Series 1, number 4. I'll give you a closer look at those cars here. And here's some things. Yeah. So being the collector that I am, number 4 isn't a very high number. I thought, you know, I should find number 1, 2, and 3. Like, I might as well have the set. These are muscle cars. So next time we were at the store wandering around, here's number 3. Here's number 2. And here's number 1. All right. I don't know why I did that, but I did. And now I have them. I don't plan to open them. I'm not sure if I'll display them. I'll probably display my originals. So I don't know why I'm doing this. Uncontrolled collector. Nostalgia. It's an impulse buy. They're cheap. And they're fun. They bring me joy. I guess that's why I'm doing it. So, number 1 is farm vehicles. Number 2 is construction. Number 3 is this race team. And number 4 is the muscle cars that I already showed you. The backs of all the packages here are the same. These are called starter packs. And the starter packs each have 3 cars, and this... Is this all of the starter packs? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is all of the starter packs. So this is an advertisement that comes inside the box. This is out of one that my wife bought that she opened. She actually reviews them on her YouTube channel. So, strange thing here, even though this is number 1, the cars inside it are labeled 14, 15, and 16. It's a 14 tractor, 15 classic pickup, and 16 harvester, which is kind of some generic names, but I don't know if you'll be able to make out those little words. Numbers. Maybe. Just maybe. So I don't know why number 1 is labeled 14, 15, and 16. That just seems really strange to me. And then number 2 is labeled 11, 12, and 13. Which is before 14, 15, and 16. So 2 comes before 1, and they're also not in order in the package. We have 11 on the right, and then 12, and then 13. Why isn't it 11, 12, and 13? Who did this? Definitely not someone that was OCD. So the numbering is just weird here. So number 3 is cars number 21 and 22. I guess this one doesn't actually have 3 vehicles. It has a larger vehicle instead. The others have 3 vehicles. And then number 4 is 17, 18, and 19. So what I have here is 11 through 22. All right, so if I was trying to back up to get number 1, I'm not there yet. And so what am I looking for? That's why I have this. So these vehicles are single packs, and pretty sure they're going to come in blind bags. And it's vehicles 1 through 9. I have no idea what vehicle number 10 is. I haven't been able to find that info anywhere. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. I would totally appreciate knowing what vehicle number 10 is. If I can figure out what number 10 is, I might go ahead and get all of these, and then I'll have everything up to this one that was a gift. If number 10 doesn't exist, and I can't collect the whole run there, then I'm undecided whether I will bother getting these. Yeah, not a huge fan of blind bags to begin with. I kind of like to know what I'm buying when I pay for it. Alright, that's enough for new Micro Machines. Alright. These are kind of dusty. So we have a few vehicles here. We have a 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner. I built one of these in real life. Plum crazy purple like this, but with a white interior instead of a black interior. I probably can't see the interior super well in here anyway. But it was fun to build, and so when you see the toy car, you just kind of have to pick it up. Similar story with this one. This is a 1970 Challenger TA toy, and I'm building a 1970 Challenger that'll look a lot like this, except it'll be sublime green instead of orange. So, same thing, just a, I don't know, impulse buy, I guess. And then we have this Vanishing Point 70 Dodge Challenger RT. Vanishing Point's a movie. It came out in '71. And there was another one that came out in '96, a remake for TV. It's one of those cult classic kind of a movies. Quentin Tarantino paid homage to it in Death Proof, which is a newer film. This one is a 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger custom thing. That's not as nice of a toy as these other ones. It's a Hot Wheels. So, you know, I know Hot Wheels is a big name brand and everything, but Hot Wheels vehicles tend to be less accurate than some of these nicer brands. These are more like kids' toys, crazy imagination stuff. And these are more kind of like adult collector items. Now, vintage Hot Wheels are definitely an adult collector item. And this is another Hot Wheels. This is a GoPro Hero 5 vehicle. So you set your GoPro in there, and then you can roll it around to get a Hot Wheels point of view of the world. Pretty cool idea. Unfortunately, my GoPro is a Hero 8. No, 7? Yeah, I have a Hero 7 Black, the newer model. And it doesn't actually fit in here. This is for a Hero 5. Mine is more rectangular. It's not cube-shaped. So, no go. This doesn't really work for me. I like the idea. Like, if you could film the point of view of driving down a Hot Wheels racetrack or something, you could get some pretty cool footage. But, alas, it's not something I'm going to be doing. Not quite sure what I'm doing with these. I'll probably get rid of these two. Yeah. And I'm not sure on these. Definitely keeping these for now. I'll have to review how many I have, and I might kind of narrow down the collection a little bit. You know, save the nicer ones, but I'm not yet sure whether these will make the cut. I'm probably going to keep that one. I don't think I have any other purple Roadrunners. I mean, in toy car size. All right, so moving on. One more item before we get to the mail. Okay. Yeah, Marble Run. I always thought these looked like a lot of fun. Never had one, and my wife picked this up for me to play with. I haven't managed to play with it yet, and so I'm looking forward to playing with that at some point when I feel like I have time for a relaxing evening, just to fiddle with something. I think I will enjoy playing with this, and maybe the cats will enjoy it too. Just have to make sure they don't, eat the marbles or something stupid. But, I'm going to enjoy playing with that and then probably gift it to a kid somewhere after I've had my evening of fun. So, yeah, childhood dream come true at some point. All right, moving on to the mail. So, on to the mail day segment of this video. This is it. This is the extent of the toy pile. It's not quite as big as some of my other mail day videos. Let's see. Should I start with big ones or little ones? How do I decide? Start with what's in front of me, I guess, huh? So, got my scissors here. This one's coming from Massachusetts. It's kind of blocking the light a little bit. Maybe I will set that over here for a minute. Let's make sure everyone can see what I'm doing here. All right. That's it. We have a blue thing in a box. Tissue paper or something. I don't know. All right, here we go. We have a biker scout. Oh, with his gun. So that's cool. Biker scout, that'll look nice next to the Ewok village. I feel like he needs a bike. Maybe there's a bike here. I don't think it's going to be in this box. This looks too small. There we go. What? Oh, that sounds heavy. Okay. All right. We have a GoBot. He's in really nice shape, too. Wow. All right. Now, normally all this chrome stuff just wears off. So this is one that probably stayed in his package for a long time and then was displayed by an adult collector because, man, if a kid played with that, it would not look anywhere near that good. Yeah. Joints are all stiff. That's great. So if I remember correctly, his name is Screwhead. Yeah, GoBots had kind of cheesy names. Alright, so we have a Biker Scout and we have Screwhead. Always got to be careful with this knife. If I'm not careful, I'll get a video with a ton of views. Alright, we'll see if that gets us in here. Which is He-Man-it. There, oh, peanuts. I am always surprised, for some reason, when I get peanuts. Well, there's not much to that. That's pretty wild. What a cool way to ship this item. So this is a belt. See if I can get the camera to focus on it. I think this is Luke Skywalker's battle poncho belt. So that would be when Luke was in the forest on Endor, and they were fighting the Biker Scouts, and that they were just discovering the Ewoks. One of Luke's easily lost pieces include this belt. He's a fairly expensive figure, if I recall correctly, and especially his easily lost parts. This one came from Australia. How do I open it? Looks like here. There we go. Sonic the Hedgehog. Thanks, Tavis. I don't recall a pink Sonic. Is there a girl Sonic? Huh. Have to ask my wife about that. She's the Sega person in the family. Ooh. Crinkle, crinkle. Okay, so his joints are a little loose. See if I can even hold him here. Okay, there we go. So this is an SR71 Blackbird. I think it's similar to, what do they call it? The A12 was the earlier version, but I prefer the Blackbird name. Incredibly popular jet in the 80s. And that's when this toy is from. So this is a GoBot. He transforms. I think his name is Snoop or Swoop, something like that. This is not a figure that I had before, but it's one that I have now. So Oh, wow. Cool head. Maybe I should fold the legs out somehow here. There we go. Those rotate. All right. So he'll look nice standing up. Hopefully I can get him to stand up. Maybe I'll lean him against something. I don't know. But another GoBot for my collection there. I'm fond of the SR71 Blackbird. It's just a wonderful piece of technology. Make sure we don't cut anything important here. This one's from Lexington, Kentucky. It's a box. Hero, the Atari Game by Activision. Looks clean. Looking forward to trying that out. I've never owned or played this game. I thought that I had all the Atari games that I wanted. And then I heard about this one a lot, and I saw it played a bit, and it looks pretty good. And I decided that I should add this one to my collection. So, once again, the last Atari game I need, until I decide there's something else that I want. As far as I know, there's nothing else that I want, but we'll see. So, yeah, I'll have to check that out sometime. And well, maybe I'll include a video. Do you guys want to see any vintage gameplay or anything? I wouldn't do that constantly, but maybe I'll upload my top score or something. See if anyone else can get a better score. If that interests you, let me know. Maybe you want to compete with me for top score or something. So now we have a Do Not Bend from Ohio. I wonder what would be in a Do Not Bend. I mean, normally you put that on cards or books or something. Toys usually don't bend. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I don't know what it is yet, but I think they did a pretty good packaging job. It's a heavy package. Wow. It's like nesting dolls. Oh. This is not a toy. Central Tools, Inc. This is a caliper. And a little gauge there. All right. So, put it at 0 when it's closed. It works nice. Wonderful tool to have. I'm going to use that a lot in the garage for various things. I talked about one of these in my previous video. Let's see, that was the video about measuring card thickness. And this measures a variety of thicknesses, but it's not the tool that I use for measuring cards. I just used it as an example to talk about it, because it measures thickness of things that aren't cards. It does a really good job of that. It also measures the size of holes with this. Or other things, you know, it's an inside measurement or an outside measurement. It's a little stiff. Maybe I could oil it a little. But it feels good. Like it's not worn out, hasn't been used much. Still in the case. Good stuff. Temperance, Michigan. Looks like an Amazon box, but it's reused. I guess that's not unusual. Everyone has Amazon boxes laying around, right? Oh. Pink peanuts. Try not to make a mess. Try not to lose anything either. Okay. You stay in there. Don't come out. Dust. So what is this? Is it taped closed? No. An action figure. Oh. Get that off, maybe you recognize it. That is carbonite. So we have Han Solo in carbonite. So this is the original that I'm going to be displaying with my Jabbas set. Get his little feet in there. All right. Now I want him out of there. Come on. Unfreeze. Huh. I have to work on my camera focus here. But maybe I'll keep it in that safekeeping here. Fits pretty well. Looks like it's a seam. Is it not a seam? Looks like it. Maybe it's just a fold. Seam's over here. There we go. We don't need any paperwork. All right. Let's go with that. Looks like we have another figure here, thoroughly taped up. That's some interesting wrapping. Odd stuff. Wow. Okay. Another Star Wars figure. Complete with a gun. Well, I don't know if he's actually complete. I'd have to look that up. But he has the gun. So maybe there's supposed to be some other accessory, but not that I'm aware of at the moment. Wow. His arm joints feel really nice. That one's a little looser. But this one, like, stays in its positions. Has, like, indents that you can feel. Yep, the head, too. This is a nice figure. See if I can wear him out here on camera, huh? So this is a one of the last figures made, if I recall correctly. I don't remember his name. I don't remember if this is the Death Squad commander or the exactly what this guy's name was. But he's an expensive figure because he's one of the last figures made when the toy line was losing popularity, and so not as many of them were made. The paint usually wears off the belt buckle too, and the shoulder. So this one has really nice logos. Perfect Bistro, cat tasted. This one is from Texas. Old instructions. Wow. There's some cool stuff in that box. That's much better than cat food. Don't tell the cats I said that. All right. So this is the the Luke that this belt goes to. Boy, what do they call him? Battle Poncho Luke or something like that? Yeah, that'll do. He's a pretty expensive figure too, because the belt is so often lost, and the poncho gets to be in pretty rough shape. Like, you can tell the inside of it's in way better shape than the outside. I wonder if I could turn it inside out, like if anyone would know. Yeah, there's a seam on it. Alright. And it has 2 holes. See these holes? Those aren't tears. Those are supposed to be there. That's for the belt to go through. And the belt goes around his waist only in the front. The back of the poncho doesn't have the holes. Luke has his cyber arm here. Robotic hand. Oh, one hand is black. All right, so that's cool. I've got his belt and the figure and someone's business card. Oh, here's his gun and a stand. So, yeah, there's his gun. Nice. And this seems to be the speeder bike. Hey, there's that Jabbas thing with the water pipe. That's what's in that bag. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wow. That's what the back of the package used to look like. I wish New Toys had this on the back of the package where you could look at it and decide which other toys in the line that you wanted to try to find. Not that you could always find them necessarily, but oh, that's neat. There we go. There's the Jabbas playset that I have. And here's the speeder bike that's right here. Oh. There's the Scout Walker. And the X-Wing. Cool stuff. Millennium Falcon. Huh. Well, that was pretty neat. Unexpected treat. To be released May 25th, 1983. New toys from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. 17 new action figures. That'd be around the time I started collecting. Speeder bike vehicle. Yep. Now, I don't particularly need the instructions or any of this stuff, although I do really enjoy this catalog. So I might forward these to another home somewhere. It's neat that the instructions will tell me if I have all the pieces or not. I like that. But once I know that I've got it all, that's really all I need. I need the toy so I can put it on display. I'm not collecting boxes and papers. Wow, the tape even has that little fold-over tab, so it's easy to remove. This is a really nice seller. Okay, there's the controls. This one feels a little loose, but I think I can snap it in place there. There we go. Got it. All right. The flaps are here. The control sticks. There's kind of a lot of moving pieces to this. Speeder bike has its gun down here. And it will stand up, right? I hope so. That's the idea. Ha! There we go. All right. So I can position a speeder bike scout on that, and they can have a good time flying around next to the Ewok village. There's not too much left here. I got 2 more boxes after this one. Coming from South Carolina. Oh, South Carolina sent me light bulbs. That's not a toy. Be careful with your light bulbs. Huh. Yep, I'm sure those go somewhere important. So, once I figure that out, we'll be able to see again. All the way from Florida. That's not very far away. That feels heavy. No, just paper. Oh, that's a thing. Let me double check that. Yeah. Just paper. That's a helicopter. All right. So that's what this box has. Let's open this little guy first. Not sure what that's for. Maybe it's an auction number or something? Some kind of inventory thing? Turn that around so it's facing the same way on both sides. There we go, fixed. So this is his propeller blades. I'm thinking this must be a GoBot. There's a switch on the bottom here that probably does something. I feel like it's supposed to turn the blades, maybe? I don't know. Pretty sure this is a GoBot. But apparently I don't know how it works. The tail should separate. Well, that'd be a wild looking helicopter. Huh. That's something. Ah. The switch is for the figure's head. This flap comes down on his chest. So these tail fins must be his arms. See, he can play peekaboo with his head. And this is his legs, and they fold out somehow. Well, I will fiddle with it more later. In the meantime, he is a GoBot. And this is also GoBot stuff. Another one of those numbers. So this is a GoBot combiner, kind of. These are called power suits, and there are 4 different ones. We have one, it says P1, GoBots P1, GoBots P2, GoBots P3, and GoBots P4. Now, 2 and 4 do look similar, but they are not the same. Check out this attachment point on the back. So I believe that's an arm, and this is an arm, and these are feet, and those go on that. And this is the body. These accessories are some kind of a gun, and these are fists. Are they spring-loaded? They're hinged in some way. And this is the body. You know, which is a jet thing. Renegade. Let's see. Were the Renegades the bad guys? Or the good guys? Sounds kind of like bad guys, doesn't it? Oh, he's got little wheels that fold out here, too. So these go on to here somehow. Not particularly familiar with it, but I'll figure it out. I do see how the arms go on. They slide on like that. Okay, so all this goes together into a big guy, and you can put the other GoBots inside the power suits. They just kind of go inside, and you can close them in there, and if you're lucky, they don't fall out. So there's one of these for the good guys and one for the bad guys. This must be the bad guy one, with a name like Renegade, and they're black. Even though it says GB for GoBots. I feel like those are the bad guys. So, sweeping it all aside here. One more box. From Louisiana. Oh, it's full of peanuts, too. Okay, the box is open. Business card. What will we find in the box? Looks like a mess. There we go. Maybe if I take the paper out, I can leave the peanuts in the box. Let's try that. Ah, found a bag. Whoa. All right. There's the bag. Well, there's more in here. Okay. Lots of peanuts. All right, we did it. We made it through the mail. Didn't make a mess. Or at least not with peanuts. There's quite a few empty boxes and packing paper and bubble wrap behind me. Okay. GoBots Power Suits Spaceship. Guardian Armored Spaceship. That's what the good guys are called. The good guys are Guardians. The bad guys are Renegades for GoBots. So this is the box for the good guy Spaceship. Man, they just called him Spaceship? That's kind of generic, huh? Tonka. I didn't know GoBots were related to Tonka. Well, comes with instructions. The toy's not in there, though. Yeah, red, white, and blue. That's the good one. The bad guys, gray and black and red. The good guy power suits are white. Huh. Well, let's see what's in the bag. I bet it's this thing that goes in the box, or came out of the box. '85 Tonka GoBots Power Suits, Guardian Alliance Power Warrior something? Comma gear? I don't know. Oh, wow. Cool. Okay. The peanuts back in the bag. The bag's empty. Check that out. There's what he looks like when he's all together. It's a pretty big toy. Wow, he's in great shape, too. The whites are all white. Ooh. Get that foot back on there. There we go. So that's how the other one goes together, too. They work the same way. Wow. So this was probably a situation where the previous owner bought it new old stock in the box and opened it and put it on display. Interesting thing here, the hands are black and they often get swapped for these. Well, give me the right hand here. They often get swapped for these because the color scheme seems to match better. But if I remember correctly, this is the one it's supposed to have, even though it looks wrong. Unless I have that backwards. But I made sure that I had enough to do it correctly. I got both kinds. Yeah, Guardian. There's a little storage spot. I guess you could put the fists in there. Okay, so that's spring-loaded. That's how that goes on. And this one isn't quite in all the way. There we go. All right. Okay, I think that's it for this video. We got some light bulbs and a caliper, some tools. A lot of Star Wars stuff, a lot of GoBots, a nice video game. Yeah, Star Wars, GoBots, there's one Atari game, a couple Transformers pieces, and some Micro Machines earlier in the video. Oh, and the He-Man stuff, of course. So we touched on several different toy lines here. Hope you had fun. I enjoyed going through this stuff. And now it's time to figure out where it all goes. Put it with the other parts of the collection. Maybe some of it will go on display. Probably put that Devastator together, the Transformer. I've been wanting to do that, so... All right, I'll catch you next time. Got more mail day videos coming up, more things to open. This was just the toy pile. So we'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Peekaboo. He works fine. He's just a little stiff.